I've got some technology that I thought I would preserve for history before it's all gone. Younger people will probably never see something like this in actual use. This is a motor. It's just got two wires. It'll go forward and backward. But the interesting thing about this is this wheel on the end. It's just got a slotted wheel. And what this allows you to do is spin, as the wheel spins, if you have a sensor, you can count the number of holes that go flashing by. Now this sensor that I'm holding is merely an LED and a sensor on the other side that tells when there's a flash of light as the hole passes. So yeah, I mean, you hook this up to a processor and a printer or whatever, and as the wheel spins, you can say, okay, it went a certain distance and I want it to stop or back up or whatever. Now, you can see that there's not a whole lot of holes in here. I think there's 256 or something like that. So you can only position this. Best you can do is about 3 degrees. So, yeah, this is an older technology. And again, it was using a printer. On this end would be this is the business end. And on this end was the sensing end. Okay, so let's look at the next thing that was an improvement over this. Another positioning trick was to use this. It's actually a piece of film, and I will put a close-up here on the frame, but it has hundreds and hundreds of little stripes on it. So like the last one, it creates, as a sensor passes over this, it would create openings where the light would shine through and dark spots. And this is actually the sensor. Now, I light a little bit. The light doesn't actually pass through it, it reflects on it. So one of these is a emitter and the other is the detector. And as this passes over it, you can see that the light would come out of one, it would strike this, and through the miracle of these lenses, it would be able to count the stripes on the tape. And obviously this has a much finer resolution than the last wheel with all the holes in it. Instead of 256 holes, this has maybe thousands. So that was the technology that replaced that. I think this came out of an HP inkjet printer. I don't think they use this anymore. Okay, let's look at one last bit of technology that replaced this. Here's our last bit of technology for the day. This is similar to that film strip, but it is round. Again, it's a piece of film. This one has even more marks along the edge. It also has this clock scale, which I find interesting. This also came out of a printer. Perhaps it's for calibrating the location of the print head or something. Over here we have the light emitter and the sensor, and then over here it would go back to the processor, and the processor would keep count forward and backward of the location. And you can see this one was made to be gear driven as opposed to static. So yeah, this is even an improvement of technology over the last one. It gave a finer location where the print head or the paper or whatever you're trying to locate would be. So yeah, this is a fading technology, and today the stepper motors are becoming finer and finer, and they're replacing this kind of thing. Okay, well that was it. I hope you found that useful and interesting in your home electronics or just your knowledge of electronics.